Hello and welcome to another Warcraft III audio commentary. This is Game 3 for the CTL 2v2 Best of 5 between on Lost Temple. This is on Lost Temple? Yes, indeed. I wanted to go ahead and get the map out before I blurted out the player names. And the player names are Cherry Destroyu, spawning in as the Red Undead at the 6 o'clock position, allied with Cherry SAGA, spawning in at the 3 o'clock position, versus LawLiet, spawning in as the Blue Night Elf up at the 12 o'clock position, allied with eMaL, spawning in as the Blue Orc over here at the 9 o'clock position. So there we have it. You can see eMaL going with what appears to be a fast tech, skipping the barracks. As you can see, no barracks are up, getting the Blade Master out, and getting that shop up. You can see over here, we do have, it looks like, Destroyu going with, again, the standard Fiend build. Pretty standard, pretty much what you expect in 2v2. Gonna go ahead and do that Death Knight and 4 Fiends. You can see SAGA coming in here with probably the dual AOW Huntress All build to get Huntresses out and Nass. Going with the Priestess of the Moon first. I'm actually going to see Cherry SAGA going ahead and dropping down an Ancient of War very aggressively in LawLiet's base once again, just forcing LawLiet to place a very defensive Ancient of War as well to deal with that. And we're going to see, of course, LawLiet going with the Demon Hunter one more time. Now you can see LawLiet just trying to get out some more wisps. Wisps. That word drives me nuts. It really does. Why? I feel like I have a lisp when I speak with it. It's like wisps. Wisp. I don't even know what I'm doing now. But anyway, so LawLiet, I'm going to go ahead and try to cancel this Ancient of War. He might be able to actually cancel it with that Demon Hunter. It might just be well enough timed. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. It's very, very close. I mean, I feel like SAGA probably will go ahead and cancel this, but maybe not. Nope, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right at the last second. Wisp probably will go down. Probably won't get away even if he tries. Nope, just gonna try to delay, and down goes that Wisp. You can see eMaL now creeping out the middle of the map. Actually gonna keep his TP this time. Might not want to sell that just because it's Lost Temple, and I really don't know. I'll be honest. I'm trying to think of a reason to not sell your TP on Lost Temple, but I really just don't know. It's just item creeping. I guess because you don't really need to be honest. I mean, you can get really good items right here from these Forest Troll Berserkers that are level 4, this camp and this camp. Of course, if you don't know, Lost Temple has Ogre camps right here instead of the Forest Troll Berserker camps. A little bit harder to get the item at this camp and this camp, so very easy though to get it at this camp. As you can see, he only has 450 life on this guy. It is being healed, but it's not so bad. And looks like that. Yep, just gonna go ahead and pick up a Gloves of Haste and a Ring of Protection +2. And let's see down here, Destroyu is creeping out his natural expansion. Just gonna go ahead and pick up a Circlet of Nobility, a nice item to have. And I don't think this creep camp gives you level 2, but I think it gives you like very, very close. So he creeps out this and then maybe this green, he'll be able to do so. It looks like actually the Blade Master coming in here to harass Destroyu, in fact. And will he actually be able to take this experience? He might just do so. Yes, indeed, he does take the experience, and I think he got the Tome of whatever it was that dropped as well. I don't know exactly what tome that was. See SAGA now. Let's see the Demon Hunter coming down from LawLiet to harass Destroyu as well. Let's see what is LawLiet going to do with his little Demon Hunter. Gonna go for a mana burn. You might be able to get one. Yes, indeed, just gonna get one mana burn off. That Demon Hunter has spent quite a bit of mana, down to 88 mana from just mana burning people. Very aggressive. You can see the Destroyu just now beginning his tier 2 tech. Of course, he does have 4 Fiends out on the map, so that's what you expect. You can see SAGA coming up in here to go ahead and start harassing LawLiet's base, and you can see LawLiet throwing down a Moonwell. And maybe going for some Wisp right here. We're going to be seeing some Searing Arrows being picked up first for SAGA. A very heavy harass build to go with your Searing Arrows first. It does, as you can see, kind of provides almost what I would call a bunker buster mode for the for SAGA. True Shot Aura will do more damage if there's a lot of units, but if you're doing early on, then like with this early on harass, you're not really going to have a lot of units, and so the Searing Arrows does a ton of damage. It adds, I believe, 20 damage at level 1 if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot of damage, very much so. And you can see that Priest of the Moon now out of mana, been mana burned quite a few times by LawLiet. You go ahead and see an Ancient Protector coming down from LawLiet. A really good harass from SAGA, actually killed quite a few Wisps right there. And now you can see LawLiet has 3 Wisps over here. He's retreated those, building 1 into an Ancient Protector, and 1 over there with a Moonwell. So nicely done by SAGA. We can see it looks like Destroyu over here dealing with a Blade Master harass while he creeps out the green camp right there. Probably crept out. Nope, didn't creep out that game. This camp doesn't give you an item, so it's not really worth doing for the most part. But you know, it's a easy, very quick thing to creep out, so maybe it's worth doing, I guess. I don't know. And it looks like Saga and Destroyu are going to go ahead and begin to very aggressively creep out this Fountain of Health. We actually have the Shadow Hunter coming in here from eMaL, and we might actually see out. Nope, the Blade Master's in a bad position, and what do you know? He has a staff of teleportation, going to teleport over to the Shadow Hunter, and yes, indeed. Yeah, it looks like Destroyu and Saga actually have this right here, even though they're taking fire from these creeps as well as from LawLiet and eMaL's armies. But eMaL doesn't really have an army; he just has a Blade Master that's very low and too low to actually keep doing anything. Actually, it looks like that Blade Master will be able to pick off a Fiend, though. You can see it's retreating into that base. The Shadow Hunter, of course, not really doing anything either. And LawLiet, just having only those 5 Huntresses and a Blade Master, not really going to be a match for these two massive armies. So Destroyu and Saga are going to take the prize, which is going to be 2 very nice items that you get from this camp. Let's see, what are they going to be? A Mana Stone? Ooh, that's a really good item. You can get a lot of really nice items from this Null Overseer as well. Maybe a Wand of the Wind, or actually going to go ahead and pick up a Potion of Invulnerability. That's a 15-second Potion of Invulnerability. It's really nice, and we're going to go ahead and see that being passed over to the Death Knight. And you can see it looks like LawLiet coming in here to harass LawLiet and eMaL coming in here to harass Destroyu's base. Actually going to see Windrider play from eMaL, and he will, or yeah, indeed. Of course, we're not. The undead is still at tier 1, so he actually does not have web right now. So there's no way to deal with these Windriders except for a tower. And the Nerubian the only one Nerubian tower is up. Gonna go ahead and see a Spirit Tower now on the way up as well. Just now hitting. We're just now coming up, and now it looks like gonna go for eMaL going for those acolytes. Gonna go ahead and pick off 1 acolyte. Maybe gonna be able to get 3 acolytes. We'll see. Maybe 4, but gonna go ahead and TP out. Gonna just get those 3 acolytes right there. So nicely done by eMaL, catching Destroyu off guard. And actually, I saw on the mini map earlier on, the Blade Master was coming in here, and I think he might have been able to do some harass in the early game on these acolytes. I don't know, but he might have, and that would have been pretty much what you expect if you're going Windriders, because when you go Windriders, if you can delay the web, you can get a really nice tier 2 harass off, just like what we saw right there. And now Destroyu just gonna go ahead and creep out that green camp, and let's see. LawLiet, I'm going to come over here and try to get some experience picked up on that level 1 Demon Hunter. You definitely want to level that up if you can. You can see now Saga deciding to creep out his natural. And the thing about the Lost Temple is everyone has a very easy to creep out natural and a very easy to take natural. So, especially with Night Elf players, it's very easy to just put up an expansion at these, at the very, really just a couple of different gold mines. So we might see some mass expanding coming in here. Maybe from Saga, maybe from LawLiet. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, Saga right now has enough resources to go ahead and plunk down an expansion right here if you wanted to, and he is currently supply capped at 50 food, or technically 49 food. So he might just do that, and he has of course got the 1/1 upgrades, and he's probably not going to attack. So we'll wait and see what he does, but would not be surprised to see an expansion attempt right there. We'll go ahead and see eMaL creeping out the shop. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick up level 3 on the Blade Master. Picking up a Hellstone for the Shadow Hunter is a really nice item to have. Of course, using Hex to creep out, fairly standard. Let's see, picking up a Tome of Knowledge, going to go ahead and increase the agility, all of the stats by 1. So it's nice. And going to go ahead and sell something. Picking up a Staff of Teleportation as well as a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on that Blade Master. And then we can see it looks like Saga is over here creeping out the opposite shop, going to pick up Healing Wards, a very nice item to have from that creep camp, certainly. And LawLiet now could be in a bit of trouble. We have Destroyu running up towards LawLiet's army, and Saga right behind LawLiet's army. So LawLiet might be in a little bit of trouble here. Does he have a TP? No TP at all. And what's going to happen here? We're going to go ahead and see a Huntress going down. Oh, it looks like Saga going in for the surround on the Demon Hunter. We go ahead and surround both the Demon Hunter and a Huntress, and that Demon Hunter will go down as well as that Huntress. So nicely done by Saga. Quite a bit of unfortunate positioning for LawLiet. At the same time, though, we do have down here eMaL going ahead and just canceling some building and killing an acolyte. Now speed scrolling out of this base, getting away with the Windwalk Blade Master as well. And actually looks like he's going to come back in here. And he could actually do a lot of damage here. These fiends can't really fight this many. There are 6 Windriders right here and 4 fiends. So Windriders are going to definitely be able to win this fight. And we're going to see 2 fiends going down already. 1 to a Hex. Very nicely done by eMaL, just being very patient with that. Gonna go ahead and hex 1 more Windrider, or 1 more Fiend, and kill that one as well. If he gets all of those Fiends, that's gonna be devastating to destroy. It's already quite devastating to lose 3 Fiends like that. I'm trying to go for the Blade Master now, perhaps, doing a lot of damage to the Blade Master just from tower harass damage, and the Shadow Hunter are going to go ahead and TP out because he knows that Nerubian slow can be very powerful, but of course also Saga was TPing in at the same time. That might have been a wasteful TP from Saga's point. Really, I think Destroyu was doing okay, and honestly, What are Huntresses going to do against those Wind Riders? Really? Yeah. I think it was unfortunate for eMaL to take that much damage on his Blade Master, though. In all honesty, he just kind of got a little too aggressive with it. And if he hadn't, then he probably would have been in a better spot. And he probably wouldn't have needed to TP. And he could have probably taken out quite a few of those Huntresses as well. But either way, it looks like Saga and Destroyu are going to go ahead and creep out this red camp using a healing ward. See what item he gets. Hood of Cunning, going to increase both the agility and intelligence by 4. So a nice item to have, as you can see. Might go, we'll see. Let's see, just gonna go ahead and LawLiet picking off a Wisp right there with Huntresses in a very nice little way. Let's see over here, eMaL level 3 on that Shadow Hunter, very powerful, and level 3 on the Blade Master, also having picked up an Orb of Lightning, about to level 4 on that Blade Master, very, very close. Let's see now LawLiet, or Saga, I'm sorry, Saga expanding at his natural. You can see it looks like eMaL actually having an expansion up and running. Looks like he probably bought a tiny Great Hall for this, because that wasn't up just a second ago. You can see LawLiet also going for the natural expansion for himself right there as well. Or the expansion at his natural as well, if I can speak. I guess technically both work. Technically. I don't know. And so we have eMaL now running here. No upgrades on these Wind Riders at all, though. A little bit of an interesting choice. Might be seeing Envenomed Spears, though, and that might already be upgraded. That adds a poison, or that makes the Wind Riders' attacks deal poison damage, which really is a well worth upgrade. If you get that upgrade, it's really good. So at tier 3, you would definitely expect to see that. You're going to see Destroyu now scouting out eMaL's expansion. And LawLiet coming down here to cancel Saga's natural expansion. eMaL taking out an Ancient of War, yes indeed, and a Moonwell, going for a second Moonwell right there. You can see Saga now kind of trying to move in. Of course, you can't really deal with these. He needs to wait for the Fiends, of course. I'm going to go ahead and see now the Fiends coming in here. And it looks like Envenomed Spears, yes indeed, has been researched. And of course, we're going to see eMaL just TP away from that. I think he lost one Wind Rider right there, and yes, he did. He did lose one. Not a terrible loss. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild them. Building up quite an army right here. No War Mill at all, though, so we can't upgrade the damage or the attack or the defense of those Wind Riders. Crypt Fiends up to 1-0. Huntresses, of course, at 1-1. I'm going to see Destroyer form being researched, and also going to see a Crypt Lord coming out as well. See LawLiet, is he attacking? Nope, just going to go for that expansion. So, indeed. Of course, LawLiet coming in here with the Zeppelin drop on Destroyu's Gold Mine. Going to go ahead and pick off one Acolyte and going for the Haunted Gold Mine. He could very easily pick this off, perhaps. To wait and see. And Saga and Destroyu coming in here to attack an expansion, which is an odd trade. It's a very odd trade to go for an expansion when you're going to lose your main gold mine right here, and they don't have an expansion. Neither Destroyu nor LawLiet, or neither Destroyu nor Saga has an expansion. LawLiet does have one expansion, and it looks like eMaL has another expansion down here. So eMaL having multiple expansions on the map. You can see it looks like that Cryptoid should be able to come out. These Acolytes have been able to stay alive so far, but it actually looks like with eMaL running in here, we can go straight for those Acolytes, and those Acolytes will go down. The Cryptoid probably not in a good spot right now, in all honesty. Yeah, he's gonna die. He can't live through that. And now we have this is not good for Destroyu. He could very easily lose all of his Acolytes right here. Well, they're already all dead. Well, he has one that has just been rebuilt. But if he loses his main and they kill that Acolyte, then he can't rebuild any Acolytes. And honestly, that's a problem. So there goes the main. And they're just trying to actually unsummon his buildings, giving this up. It looks like they are putting their full attack onto eMaL's base. Probably not the wisest decision, because eMaL does have an expansion, and LawLiet has an expansion as well. And again, neither Destroyu nor Saga has an expansion. So this is a bit of an issue. You can see Saga now putting up an expansion at eMaL's natural. But will that be enough? I'm not sure. So there goes the last building from Destroyu. It's a very interesting tactic. Will we see a TP coming in here? Probably not. It wouldn't make it in time. Down goes eMaL's main. eMaL will lose the rest of his buildings right here. Unfortunate, but I mean, odd. It's a very odd trade. I mean, they had the ability to take that fight in Destroyu's base. I'm not sure why they didn't. They could have both TP'd back. That would have probably been a much smarter decision. Maybe they don't know about this expansion down here. If eMaL didn't have this expansion right here, then LawLiet and eMaL would be in a much worse position. But because of that expansion, they're in a really pretty good spot actually. See Destroyu teeping into the back very defensively. Of course, SAGA running across the map, so Destroyu doesn't want to commit to a fight that he has to take 1v2. Definitely not. And see, it looks like eMaL now running across towards the map with LawLiet towards the Fountain of Health at the center of the map. Go ahead and see these Wind Riders going to be able to pick off one Huntress. Going to have another Huntress hexed. You have SAGA's 3 Wisp right here. Going to see another Huntress go down as SAGA TP's out. SAGA would have been better off TPing with Destroyu in that case, it looks like. Yeah, this is unfortunate for both SAGA and Destroyu. As you can see, eMaL is teching this up, and I don't think they know about it yet. So if they don't know about that, then they are definitely in a bad spot. It will take some time for eMaL to really kick his unit production back into gear, because he does have to retech. Actually, this was SAGA's expansion. It looks like LawLiet took it out and is now building his own expansion right there. So LawLiet, that's going to... Well, currently we can see that LawLiet has 2 gold mines running, and eMaL has 1. LawLiet working on the 3rd, while we have... really, we only have 1 for SAGA and Destroyu, and it doesn't have any Wisps in it currently. Looks like they've turned all of them into Ancient Protectors. So trying to get a bunch of Ancient Protectors up. Go ahead and see LawLiet losing quite a bit of his army right here. Just, well, I say quite a bit, just maybe 3 units there. Maybe two or three Huntresses. Not a huge amount, but enough to be a bit of an issue. And we can see SAGA and Destroyu mounting an attack on LawLiet's base. LawLiet's base is not really all that important. We can see LawLiet trying to take the tier 2. So, I mean, it would be nice to get to tier 2. LawLiet, SAGA and Destroyu need to win this fight. That's going to happen at this base most likely. Although, LawLiet really doesn't need to defend this base, nor does eMaL, but if they think they can win the fight, then they might as well. So yes, indeed, they are TPing in. We have both LawLiet and eMaL right here. And yeah, they have an Ice Revenant, which is a very powerful unit, as you can see. Just going to go ahead and do some damage with that. This is not looking good for SAGA and Destroyu. As you can see, they're just being overwhelmed right here from the units. Yeah, these units they're really getting demolished in this fight. They have to take the fight, though. They don't really have a huge choice. But yeah, they're going to go down. That's probably going to be the GG. That's very unfortunate. They were doing pretty well. They were doing really well, but they really committed to that attack on eMaL's expansion there. And maybe they just didn't have enough information, but I don't think that was the wisest decision. So there you have it, and that's game 3. If you missed game 2, click right there. If you want to watch game 4, click right there, and I'll see you guys in game 4.